I'm always telling my patients in the clinic, sciatica is like having an angry ex. Those nerves be real irritated, they're inflamed, and they can get riled up really quick. So let's go through a few ways on how to sit with sciatica to make it a little bit more comfortable. I always love teaching patients the why. That way they can alter their movement and think about things a little differently. Our sciatic nerve is made of these lower lumbar nerves. They kind of come together and then go down through our pelvis. So we want to alleviate sciatica by having good lumbar or pelvic movement. We also want this area to not rotate outward. During pregnancy, our legs will tend to rotate outward, making these muscles like the piriformis tighter, and the sciatic nerve goes right underneath that. So let's go through some simple ways to make it less painful in sitting. Step number one is selecting the right chair. Just like you might have selected a not so great boyfriend, that's why they're the angry ex. We want to make sure that we're selecting a chair that suits having sciatica. So having some cushion in the chair so that we're not sitting on a hard surface like a bar stool. We also want to make sure that the chair fits us. So making sure that we're sliding all the way back, we should be able to put 2 fingers behind the back of the chair and behind our knee. If there's a lot of fingers, we need to make sure we're getting a longer chair. But if we're short, like if I put my legs on the ground, I don't have that 2-finger clearance. So I could put something underneath my desk to make sure that I have that clearance, like some books, a block, whatever, to create some more space. Step number 2 is getting pressure off of that nerve. So one way to do that is making sure that our back stays flat as we're sitting. So one way to do this is to have a hooded sweatshirt or a jacket that has no give in it. If it's stretchy, it won't work. So I'm gonna put this around my waist like an 80s style, and then I'm gonna sit all the way back in my chair. I'm gonna take my right arm, put it underneath my left leg, and then my left arm, put it underneath my right leg, and that takes so much pressure off my low back. And then also my knees are right in line with my hips instead of rotated outward. So an additional way is to take a towel roll like this, and then we're gonna roll it up like a hot dog. We wanna put this the entire length of our leg. So I'm gonna put that underneath the symptomatic side. So again, I'm not having my leg roll out. This is creating compression in that sciatic nerve, and this is going to alleviate or take pressure off of the nerve. Other things we want to avoid with sciatica are crossing our legs, whether that's at your knees or the ankles. It just puts an uneven amount of pressure through your pelvis as you're sitting. We also want to avoid perch sitting. So that's when people are typing on their computer, they're kind of at the edge of their chair. That's compressing the sciatic nerve as it runs through our hamstrings there. We also want to make sure that we're not slumped as we're working. Especially if we are working on a laptop and we need to like see downward, you might want to consider raising up your laptop on a box or buying a little laptop stand with a separate keyboard so that we keep good posture. Well, sciatica can be very common during pregnancy. This doesn't have to be your norm. Let's truly get rid of that aggravated nerve or your ex. So we have created a healthy exercise program that gives you a week-by-week instruction on the Expecting and Empowered app for a fit pregnancy. Additionally, there's an exercise freebie below, so start here to get some pain relief with sciatica.